Hi, Trevor here, reflecting on life through music. Welcome and thank you for stopping by. Well, I trust you enjoyed my commentary last time from English songwriter Al Stewart and his song Year of the Cat. And in that video, we talked about the fact that memories are just so important as it reflects the beauty of our life experience. Well, there's a bit of a link from that song Year of the Cat last time to the guy today because Alan Parsons was the producer of Year of the Cat. And certainly at that time, he was well and truly a force in the music industry as a songwriter, engineer, and producer of songs. And so it was only a matter of time, I suppose, before he started to think about himself and what he could bring to the world in his own right. And so in 1975, he and his mate Eric Wolfson, now Eric, I suppose, as the lead vocalist of this band, the Alan Parsons Project, which we're talking about today, was very much the voice of the Alan Parsons Project. Eric also brought many songs in his own right, and together they collaborated to create a genre all of its own, a symphonic rock. I suppose building on what bands like the Electric Light Orchestra and Yes and the Moody Blues had been doing, he wanted to create an absolutely epic sound through some absolutely beautifully well produced and crafted songs. And so in 1975, the two of them got together, and between 1976 and 1987, they actually released 10 albums under the Alan Parsons Project name. I know that Alan Parsons himself has also released some albums in his own right, but I suppose I'm looking at the Alan Parsons Project today. You know, you think about songs like Games People Play and Turning of a Friendly Card and Maybe a Price to Pay and Don't Answer Me and Prime Time and Sooner or Later and The Traveller. These songs just go on and on and on, and he creates a sense of mystery and wonder through the way that he produces and writes his songs. And I suppose because of that and the fact that he is such an iconic, I think, part of the music industry, I'm going to give him a couple of weeks, a couple of videos. There's a song in particular I wanted to focus on today though, and it comes from his 1987 album called Gaudí. Now, you might be thinking that's a strange name for an album, but if you were a resident of Barcelona in Spain, you would know who Gaudí was, because Gaudí was an actual person. He was an architect, in fact more than just an architect. He was a force of nature in the architectural world. His use of colour and design and his use of really intricate patterns in his architecture are well known and scattered all through Barcelona. But if you do know Gaudí, you'll know that there's one structure in particular that has captured the world's imagination. And that is this cathedral, La Sagrada Familia, which, and I'll explain the link between this and Alan Parsons in a minute, because there's quite a big link here. In 1883, construction started on a new cathedral in Barcelona. And I think there was about 40 years of design work that went into the cathedral before it was even started. And it is still being finished. It's still being built today, some 40 years later. They are estimating it's going to be completed in 2026. Now, I remember when I listened to the Gaudí album and I heard this song, La Sagrada Familia, I thought, and some of the mysterious lyrics in this song, things about hope, words about the lion and the lamb, and I'll get onto that in a minute. I was a little bit intrigued by what this song was about, and so I typed La Sagrada Familia into Google, and what I saw has captivated me ever since. I saw this cathedral in Barcelona, but it's more than just a cathedral. If there are elements, when you look at certainly the facades of it, it looks a little bit like a sandcastle. There's all sorts of beautiful, intricate designs woven into the facades. And then if you look above, and you'll see there's just so many towers in this cathedral design. There are just so many of them. And you think that there can't be any more, but they are building the biggest tower now, which is the Jesus Christ Tower, which requires technology to get it to be built. And this is the thing about La Sagrada Familia. I think, when Gaudí first designed this building, he didn't know how it was to be built. He didn't know what technology was going to be needed, and certainly technology has needed to be invented to get this structure to be built. And so there is a big link, I think, between this iconic, massive, humongous, beautiful, awe-inspiring structure in Barcelona, and then what Alan Parsons has created musically with wonder, peace, force, beauty. In fact, words can't really explain sometimes or describe what a song does and what it is, but I can see, and likewise with Gaudí, words can't really explain his structure, but the words of the song, and the structure certainly do go together in a beautiful way. Now, if you are wondering what La Sagrada Familia looks like, if you haven't seen it, I have put a little bit of a link in the description below, just on a bit of a time lapse of where it's come from and what it's going to look like when it's finished. That video is only a very short one, but it does not do anywhere near the justice that you need to look at some other videos for yourself. I know in particular inside the cathedral there is just space, and Gaudí's use of colour, particularly through the windows, and as they reflect on this pristine white inside the cathedral, it is breathtaking. The stairs in there, just all the bits and pieces that make this cathedral what it is, and why it pulls 3 million tourists a year to see it. And that's what's funding the construction of the cathedral. So I think that's really, really cool that they're wanting to honour Gaudí's legacy and to see this thing to completion in about 2026. So we're looking at big, we're looking at wonder, we're looking at marvellous, we're looking at humongous, we are looking at breathtaking today. And that's what both the building and the song are talking about today. Now, I mentioned earlier about Lion and the Lamb, and I suppose I want to go a little bit into why La Sagrada Familia I believe is so important. Because I believe what it's saying to the world is, hey guys, look what can happen when human beings pull together for a common purpose. Look what can happen. Look what can be created. Look at the problems that we've had to solve, and look where we've come from. We want La Sagrada Familia to be a statement to the world to say, we believe in humanity. We believe in the good in humanity. And we believe that humanity has so many good points to it. And such an important message, it seems, when we consider where the world is at the moment. We've got the war in Syria and the war in Yemen. And we've got the big refugee camps in Jordan. We've got the Rohingya refugee crisis in Bangladesh. We've got militia in Africa, and we've got Nigeria getting obliterated by militia, and the Lake Chad region. And even in the United States, we're seeing that kind of going to a bit of chaos, really. So in this world of spiralling out of control, La Sagrada Familia is saying, look at my spires and see what we as human beings can possibly be when we work together. That is the hope in such a structure, and I believe that's what Gaudí was saying when he designed this structure in the first place. So we can't, as human beings, be involved in the really, really big things, but I suppose in our small part of the world, we can do the best we can to make it the best it is for the world that we're in. So that's the encouragement for all of us, I'm thinking, as we consider this La Sagrada Familia story today. I hope that will be an encouragement for you as we just consider this cathedral today. Well, on to the clips. There are a couple of clips. Now, of course, we can't talk about the Alan Parsons Project without talking about the song Eye in the Sky, with the prelude of Sirius before that. That came out in 1982. That's probably the Alan Parsons signature tune. And so there's a link to a performance of this one from a concert in 2016, so not that long ago, and in Colombia. And so we've got that song, and you see the tribute to Alan Parsons here. He starts the singing off, and that iconic start to the song that just everybody knows. You hear that, and you just see how good a band the Alan Parsons Project is, and how good the musicians need to be to actually pull off their sound. There's a big orchestra behind it as well that just gives it an absolutely incredible performance and sound. So Serious Eye in the Sky, 1982, that one's there. And of course I have to include the performance of La Sagrada Familia. To pull this song off is an absolute feat in itself, and they nail this song so well in this particular performance. The orchestra's there just bringing the song to life, and how good are the vocals. We've got PJ Olsen, who's doing that, I suppose, the softer stuff. Then we've got Todd Cooper, who comes in with the bit more powerful stuff later. And so both of them together with this incredible band, Alan Parsons, the production, the whole thing makes such a compelling performance. As I said, I've also included a link to a bit of a time lapse into La Sagrada Familia building itself. I encourage you to have a further look at that. And I've also included a link to my commentary from last time on Al Stewart and the song Year of the Cat. So I encourage you to look at all of those. And if you do like this video, please give it the thumbs up. And I'd love you to subscribe. I'll reflect on live stream music. And the invitation there is below, that if you want me to have a look at a song, feel free to put it in the comments, and I will certainly have a look at it. So that's it for today. The Alan Parsons story will continue a little bit next time with an absolutely stunningly beautiful song. So until then, I'll catch you around. Bye for now.